Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Blue Jays beat the White Sox 9-3 in Toronto Monday. The Sox are just 4-20 away from home this season. Eric Fedde drops to 4-1. He gave up 5 runs and 7 hits over 6 innings. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Paul DeJong had 3 hits, including his 7th homer. But the Sox have dropped 4 in a row, and they matched the season worst by falling 20 games under 500. The series continues tonight in Toronto. 4-4 Garrett Crochet faces 2-3 Yusei Kikuchi. Day off for the Cubs on Monday. They're home tonight hosting Atlanta. Javier Assad's 4-0. He's got a 1.49 ERA. He's next up in the rotation. Atlanta's Charlie Morton gets the start. He's 3-1. The Bears wrap up their first round of OTAs today. They'll work out again May the 23rd, then the 28th and 29th, and the 31st. Mandatory minicamp is June 4th through the 6th. Training camp scheduled to start in late July. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Something amazing is happening in education. Students are inspired and engaged. That's because school districts consulted with CDW, who designed modern classroom solutions with pre-configured HP devices, making learning more accessible, secure, and immersive. Now, when students study topics like elephants, it feels like elephants are there with them. HP and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at CDW.
Rooted in their family Mexican history, churros are made daily with love. Churros and Chocolate at 2533 West Algonquin Road has churros made from family recipes with care and fresh each day with delicious fillings. There's also the Frida Cafe where you can relax and catch up with a friend while having a warm drink. Try Churros and Chocolate specialty churros, the churro sundae, or take home a churro cake. Visit churros, the letter Y, chocolateinc.com.
Garibaldi's Italian Eatery offers Italian dishes, subs, kids menus, and their delicious pizza. The foundation of a great pizza starts with the crust. Garibaldi's crust is crunchy at the bottom, airy in the middle, and perfect every time. The finest ingredients are used to give their pizza this exquisite crust and wonderful taste. Dine at either of the Garibaldi's 2 locations in Hoffman Estates and Arlington Heights. Free party rooms are available too. Visit Garibaldis.com today.
Welcome to Out to Lunch with WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'll be taking you through the next few hours, the next few moments of your life. Thank you for giving them to us here at WRMN. Out to Lunch is a great show. I do say so myself, but it's a great show because you are the ones that make it great. Your calls, your ideas, your thoughts. Your community, our community. That's what makes Out to Lunch the show that it is. Feel free to jump in at any time, change the conversation, change the topic. Take us out to lunch with you, WRMN. You can find WRMN at WRMN1410.com. You can find WRMN at the App Store. Or if you have that handy dandy TuneIn app that gives you pretty much every radio station on the planet right there in front of you. You'll find us there too, WRMN Radio. You can also go to the YouTube side. I've already given you the address. I hope you can guess it. It's WRMN Radio. We appreciate those of you that are on that side. Our almost 400 subscribers that are happening. Hey, you know what? That's not a small number. It's not the biggest number in the world, but you know, it's not a small number, and we appreciate you all being not so small either. You can find us at youtube.com/@WRMN. It's a Tuesday news day. I know we've got some political stuff here and there for everything as it goes. But if you've got some news that's not just national, Kane County or Elgin or the Fox River Valley, you've just got some news that you want to share. Maybe it's happy news. Maybe it's some sadder news and you need some prayers, some shout outs. Again, this is your show. I'm just the one who drives it. But you can always call in at 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410 to jump into the conversation. I've got a lot of things to go over before our very fantastic guest, Julie Mann, shows up. That's right, Julie Mann is coming in. She is the public information officer for Kane County, KaneCountyConnects.com. Julie Mann will be in here at the bottom of the hour. So let's get through some of this housekeeping that I've got here in front of me. It's my first chance to hop on the air for the day. So let's just go through what we've got going on here. Elgin Academy Legacy Celebration. Elgin Academy's Legacy Celebration will be on Saturday, May 25th, 2024 from 1 to 4 p.m. on the Elgin Academy campus. Now, you guys all laugh at me when I say May 25th, 2024. Now, the reason that we put that in there is so that when we go and search for things later on down the line, I'm not saying May 25th when really it's May 24th, 2025. So we want to make sure that you're there on the right day and the right year. That's May 25th. This year, 1 to 4 p.m., the Elgin Academy Legacy Celebration. This is what's happening over at the Elgin Academy Legacy Celebration at 350 Park Street, Elgin. After 185 years, the time has come for us to say our final goodbyes to Elgin Academy. Approximately 600 students, current and past parents, alumni, and former students, current and former faculty and staff, current and former trustees, and friends are expected to gather on Elgin Academy's campus to celebrate all that this beloved school has meant to so many people for such a long time. There will be a brief program starting at 1 p.m. with catered food trucks and activities to follow. Event details, the schedule, and parking information will be posted on the website by Friday. That would have been last Friday, so the information is up there right now. You can go to elginacademy.org/community/events/legacy celebration. Alumni from classes of 1948 to 2023 are attending. View the attendees list, pretty much the same website, elginacademy.org/community/events/legacy celebration with one more slash attendees. For any of the questions that you might have or any of the questions I may have brought up for this, email info@elginacademy.org. That's info at elginacademy.org. Go and celebrate the Legacy Celebration for Elgin Academy on May 25th as it goes. So the other thing I want to talk about is this golf outing that's happening here too. We already have a twosome, the gruesome twosome right here. They are going to show us their golf skills. That would be Leah and Mark. If you want to help the gruesome twosome become the smartsome foursome, I don't know. What do you do? I don't know a good literary analogy for it. So shout out to all of the WRMN listeners, from first shifters to the radio shoppers to all of those listening to the coast to coast. Our WRMN will be supporting the Northern Kane County Chamber this June by hitting the links in Huntley. You and a friend can help make up our foursome. We are looking for two to join Marky B and Leah for a hopefully sunny day at Whisper Creek in Huntley on Friday, June 14th. Our twosome will be able to bid their way to participate in our next game day coming Friday, May 31st. Dust off those clubs and join us for a day of fun at the club. That's the place to go. Those are the things to see. I think my guest has shown up. It's wonderful to see you, madam. Thank you for being here. But that is part of it. Come golf with WRMN right there. You can bid for it. Bidding for bargains and on our game day will be happening May 31st. So that is something that you can jump into. I don't know if you've played the Whisper Creek or not in Huntley, but now's your chance to do it and do it with two of our WRMN celebrities. Don't forget as well, Medicare Made A, B, C, D Easy is going to be at two Elgin locations, June 12th and 18th. Medicare Made A, B, C, D Easy. Are you confused with your Medicare options, turning 65 and still working? Are your Medicare costs on the rise? Do not miss this free 45-minute presentation covering everything you need to know about Medicare. This is informational only. No selling at this presentation. See, you go to a presentation sometimes and they're like, hey, this is how great timeshares are. Don't you want to buy one? Or, hey, let's walk you through how to manage your mortgage. And by the way, we offer mortgages. Hey, here you go. So no sales on this. Tuesday, June. Let's see here. Sorry, it's on my clipboard. Oh, my goodness. My clipboard's cut off. 2 times, that would be June 12th and June 18th. 100 Symphony Way, Elgin, Illinois. That's 6:30 to 7:30. You're going to see the elements of parts A, B, and C, prescription drug plans, Medigap plans, and learn how company agents and independent brokers are compensated. See, you always want to know, right? When you do something, it's like somebody's getting paid to do this, right? Who's getting paid to do it from here? So you got to learn where that motivation is coming from. Is that motivation, I only get paid if you buy something, or are you signing up for a service? So that's another part of it that's there. And right here, Medicare Made A, B, C, D Easy. You can find the first one at the Rakow branch in the Gail Borden Library. That's 2751 West Bowes Road. That would be the one on the 12th, and then the one on the 18th is 100 Symphony Way, and that's the center of Elgin for it's there. How to RSVP? Go ahead and send an email to rsvp@ddginsurance.com, or if you aren't one of those that like to send out the digital or electronic mail, you can reserve your spot by calling 630-320-6906. I'm going to give you that one more time. That's rsvp@ddginsurance.com to sign up for the 12th or the 18th. Or you can call 630-320-6906. Please clearly state your first and last name, location you would like to attend, the number of people you'd like to bring, and a contact number that's best for you. Those are all of the great happenings that are going on around here. One of the things that are going to be happenings here in about 14 minutes is a new friend of mine, Julie Mann, has worked over 3 decades as an award-winning journalist in the city of Chicago and suburbs as a reporter, anchor, and managing editor of WBBM Newsroom. She is named one of the 10 most powerful women in Chicago journalism in 2014, 17, and 2019. In 2021, she accepted the Public Information Officer position at Kane County Government, where she serves as liaison for local and national media on behalf of the county and promotes awareness of the county's mission, programs, policies, and initiatives. We look forward to talking with Julie. We look forward to talking about what Kane County Connects has got in store next. We're going to take a quick break, just a few moments, to get some messages out there in the world. You're listening to Out to Lunch. Again, if you've got a question, if you've got a topic, if you've got something that we need to talk about, it's Tuesday News Day. So we'll get into that probably in the latter half of the show. But coming up at the bottom of the hour, Julie Mann, KaneCountyConnects.com. You're listening to Out to Lunch on WRMN.
Either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
A dream that's been cooking for years, Maria's Little Italy in Sycamore is waiting for you to come and enjoy authentic recipes handed down for generations. Stop in and enjoy bruschetta, handmade focaccia bread, pizza, pasta, sandwiches, and more. Dine in, take out, delivery, or catering is all available. Go to mariaslittleitaly.com and see what you've been missing. From their family to yours, welcome to Maria's Little Italy, where food brings families together.
Come see the only train-themed restaurant where all the seating is on the tracks. Two Toots Train Whistle Grill on Main Street in both Bartlett and Glen Ellen is always fun and always fresh. Two Toots Train Whistle Grill serves 100% grass-fed beef hot dogs and burgers. There's also chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, and more, all loaded up on two Lionel O-scale trains and delivered directly to your seat. No one sits away from the fun, regardless of age. When a train arrives delivering your food, you'll smile ear to ear. Visit twotoots.com.
Twin Zeros at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, Illinois. Check out the full menu at twinzeros.com. Twin Zeros Restaurant in Harwood Heights not only serves traditional gyros, but also has chicken gyro sandwiches. Twin Zeros also serves a variety of sandwiches ranging from cheeseburgers and Vienna beef hot dogs that have recently been inducted into the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Italian beef, Italian sausage, and combo sandwiches. To ethnic favorites such as Slovaki and Grecian chicken. Slovaki is shish kebabs, specifically chicken or pork shish kebabs, grilled to perfection, served on a warm pita with tomatoes, onions, and our homemade tzatziki sauce. You can also enjoy barbecue ribs served every day. Twins is open 7 days a week and also delivers locally. Located at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights. Check out the full menu at twinzeros.com. That's twinzeros.com.
It's always exciting to hear Elgin business owners like Tanner Melvin of Side Street Studios share positivity about the local community.
Elgin is on its way, and it has been, and sometimes, we got set back, the pandemic, and it's been rough. Everyone has felt it, and in so many different ways. What we're trying to do is a lot of hand-holding and shoulder rubbing and being like, it's okay, it's okay. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get this town a lot more money. We're very lucky to live in this community right now. There's nothing like this around here.
Feel the positive power of the first shift with me, Marky B, weekday mornings on WRMN.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Attention, WRMN shoppers, regarding National Memo Day. It's National Memo Day today. A memo, which is short for memorandum, is a document or other communication intended to inform a group of people about specific topics. Today's topic, savings. Savings that you can find only at WRMN1410.com. Go ahead and click on the daily deals. You'll find the daily deals up there at the top right beside Shop Now. Go to WRMN1410.com. Check out the new look. But you can always go right back into the radio shopping that you know and love at any time and see those deals. Those deals are open right now. You can get those deals by calling into the station. 847-931-1410 is the best way to call in as you are going through there. Don't forget, you can always call into the Redemption Center. And that Redemption Center is 847-741-7700. And get those same deals. Go ahead and look right there. Look as it goes. Daily deals, find them there. The daily deals as it goes today is, let's get back to it, daily deals right there. Easy to navigate. This message right here, shop. And every $10 purchase, earn one free McDonald's. That's every $10. You know what else you get for every $10? They don't have it here in the memo, so we might have to send out another memo for it. But you also get a bingo card. You get a bingo card every $10 you spend. You get another bingo card for game day. Game day is coming up. I think we are, 10 days away from game day? Oh, my goodness. Get those bingo cards in right now. But wait, there's more, of course. Shop every $20 purchase and earn a free car wash from Britain's Car Wash. So if you shop and you have a $20 purchase, I can almost guarantee you're already getting at least $35 to $40 of value out of that $20 purchase already. That's just the way that radio shopping works. If you don't know, listen. We'll do some radio shopping here at 3 o'clock with the Drive Time Deals with Matt McNeil. Or call in, again, 847-741-7700. They'll take you right to the Redemption Center. You can talk to Matt, our radio shopping concierge, and he'll help you walk through the radio shopping side of it. He'll even put together a package for you. But for so let's say you spend $20 with us today. You're already getting 2 McDonald's. You're getting a free car wash, and you're getting 2 bingo cards. My goodness, how many more things can we possibly get you guys for here? How about some information? How about some information about Kane County Connects? You can go to kanecountyconnects.com and find more information there. I've got on the show today Julie Mann. Julie Mann was the managing editor at WBBM's newsroom. And she was named one of the 10 most powerful women in Chicago journalism for 3 years. That's 14, 17, and 19 she made that list. I'm happy to have her in here, kind of pick her brain not only about her position as the public information officer for Kane County, but also I want to kind of talk to her about the history of media and how the news cycle has changed over the 20-plus year career that she had. It's amazing to talk with her. But again, you can find out some more information about the radio shopping side by going to WRMN1410.com. Don't forget, you can also watch us at the live stream for the YouTube side of everything. That's youtube.com/@WRMN Radio. So we did say it was Tuesday News Day. Let me get you a news story in before we get to the bottom of the hour. A group of Tesla shareholders asks investors to vote against Musk's compensation package. You can read more about this at The Independent. Also, the Star Tribune, Associated Press has some good things for there too. But a coalition of Tesla Inc. shareholders wants investors to reject CEO Elon Musk's 56 billion pay package before the annual meeting. The group advises voting against the reelection of directors Kimball Musk and James Murdoch, concerned about Musk's focus on other ventures. Shareholders fear Musk's pay package won't benefit Tesla's long-term growth and could lead to lawsuits for corporate waste. That's what they're sitting at right now. Is Musk has so many irons in the fire right now. Some of them are good, some of them aren't paying off, some of them are just a waste, or some of them are just a pet project for he's going. It's weird to hear both sides, and by both sides I mean red hats and blue hats, talk about how they're both being censored on Twitter. That's the weird part about it, is both sides are going, oh, well, we keep our views go down, our views go down, our views go down. But everybody's saying that. So if nobody's being censored, maybe it's just Twitter that's going down. So with Twitter being in the side and then also Musk doing everything for Tesla, we'll see where his priorities land, and I think that's where the board is also looking at it too. We're going to take a quick break as we come around to the bottom of the hour. Again, like I promised, Julie Mann is in studio with me today. Julie Mann has worked over 3 decades as an award-winning journalist in the city of Chicago and suburbs as a reporter, anchor, and managing editor of WBBM Newsroom. Right now, she's Public Information Officer, a position with the Kane County government. Find more information about Kane County, KaneCountyConnects.com. We'll have her coming up right after this. You're listening to Out to Lunch with WRMN. Listen up. Four Corners Radio is the new addition to WRMN's exciting lineup of highly informative talk radio programs. The show is hosted by William Pellerinos, a nationally recognized DUI expert witness and author of the book DUIs Decoded. The discussions on this program will focus on legal issues, food and restaurants, arts and entertainment, and diabetic health information. William Pellerinos brings on a variety of guests that include restaurant chefs, health experts, authors, attorneys, police officers, nurses, and local artists. Listen to Four Corners Radio every Saturday at noon, beginning on Saturday, May 25th on WRMN. Find out more info on Twitter at Police Project 1 and on Facebook at Pellerinos Police Project. That's Pelarenos Police Project.
You never know what or who you'll hear from on the first shift with me, Marky B. Like Tim Skoning, a WRMN news reporter back in the 1960s.
The jingles you all play, they were purchased by Dick Sutter. He was at some radio convention. He came back with this reel. I remember them playing that in the studio. We were so excited. We thought we were network now. And it's the same jingles today.
That's great.
Every time I hear them, I get excited about it.
I'm sure.
It's a lot of fun.
Fun times on the first shift, right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Twin Zeros, located at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, serves traditional gyros as well as its award-winning chicken gyros on a pita. Twin Gyros has a diverse menu that includes barbecue ribs, chicken dinners, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, cheeseburgers, and Vienna beef hot dogs that have recently been inducted into the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Check out the full menu at twinzeros.com. That's Twin Zeros at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, Illinois.
For an absolutely amazing meal and attentive, smiling staff, try Red Ox Restaurant and Bar in Hampshire. They have a delicious Friday night fish fry. There's so many great dishes on the menu that'll keep you returning. Try their savory French onion soup. Then for your main course, choose from a wide variety of steaks and chops, fried chicken, shrimp, or juicy prime rib, done just the way you like it. Red Ox also has daily specials and a full bar for you and your friends. Visit redoxhampshire.com today.
When you need your banker, they should be ready to put you first. At Wintrust, you can have the banking experience you need and the one you deserve. Ready for a change? We've made it even easier. Our new sophisticated online platform makes opening accounts a breeze, but our bankers are always here for you. Open a new Total Access checking account in minutes at wintrust.com/fast. Plus, get $300.
$100 required to open. Requirements to qualify. Must use link to apply.
Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Out to Lunch. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'm taking you out to lunch today. Find all of the great ways to listen to WRMN. We aren't just radio anymore. Although radio is the staple, radio is the bread and butter, the AM dial will never go away. I'm one of those die-hard people. AM radio won't go away because for me, you can't physically take it away. I'd like to see you try. I'd like to see you stop the AM radio bandwidth and maybe there. I mean, it's not good enough for Wi-Fi. It's not fast enough for anything else. So you know what we're going to use it for? Some great conversations. You can find those great conversations at WRMN 1410 on the dial. It's the AM dial, as we said. WRMN1410.com is another place to find more information for that. But I'd like to talk about some information that you can find out there on the internet. You already are there. You're already watching us. You're already listening. You're already streaming. You've already got the Library of Alexandria stuck in your pocket right now. Head on over to CaneCountyConnects.com. CaneCountyConnects.com has a lot of great information. Sign up, get your own account on CaneCountyConnects.com. And to talk about Kane County and the Kane County government, of course, I've got the Public Information Officer. That would be Julie Mann. Thank you very much, Julie, for being here with me today.
Dennis, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Sorry, you're on that one.
There we go. Armand? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. I do want to not leave out your fantastic history of being in this industry of communication. Can we start just a little bit from there? Because you don't get an esteemed position like Public Information Officer of an entire county with having some experience in communication.
Yeah, so it's been a career, sure. I love, first of all, small market radio. I believe in it. You're right. Radio is never going away. People need it. You're too addicted to the internet, and your radio dial will always be there when you need it. You get into your car, and it will be there. 7 minutes every day still is average. It's just for every person. It's amazing. It is. So hooray that you're still on the air and that you're expanding, I understand, and trying to expand towards the Fox Valley area. Bravo. I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
My career started as an intern at WGN Radio, downtown Chicago.
Okay.
Fantastic, with Bob Collins, the crew, Roy Leonard, Kathy and Judy. I mean, in a newsroom that had 8 people, it was amazing. I bounced there to small market at WFXW, just up the dial from you in 1480, right? Was a reporter there. and I covered, wouldn't you know it, Kane County government. So it all comes full circle. I made a quick trip to DeKalb for 2 years where I became a news director at an FM radio station, then bounced to the overnights at WMAQ, which no longer exists. That was 670 AM. And then I landed my job in 1997. Oh, I just dated myself. At WBBM News Radio as a general assignment reporter and anchor.
Okay.
And it just went from there and moved to the Suburban Bureau, covered only Suburban information, including Kane County. And then became the managing editor to end out my career there almost 30 years, as you mentioned.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Did you know the previous PIO, or is this a new position that they invented and said, we need this position here?
You know, there was some foresight. They had some community outreach people early on that actually I'll get back into in the history of Kane County Connects.
Yeah.
But no, the public information officer is a brand new position. They felt it was necessary for a community outreach, someone that could be there to make sure that the press releases were done correctly, that people understood the good work that Kane County was doing. They do so much, and a lot of people don't know what they do. But once you start talking about what they do, that makes sense. Of course, sure. Why didn't I think about that? And then it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and people will think, oh, wow, okay, that's a lot. So I'm here to kind of express all the wonderful things that the county does, keep reminding people, and I do that a lot through Kane County Connects.
And you've got a lot of different pathways for people to hear about you as well. Obviously, we're one of them, or radio or media or that type of side of it. I guess the terrestrial aspect of everything is one hand of it. Then you've got the digital side of the KaneCountyConnects.com, but then you've also got a physical aspect of just being out there in the community as well. I mean, the grandstanding or whatever, just shouting carnival barker outside the door. So how do you use all three to kind of make this easy pathway to get your messaging out to the populace?
Well, let me start with the fact that the traditional route of getting your information out was through the local newspapers. And while they are trying and trying and trying, they're facing cutbacks. WBBM News Radio faced cutbacks. All media is facing cutbacks right now. And I think that's sad.
It is.
We need good journalists. We need people telling us what's going on. We need people who are liaisons between our government and our communities, so there's transparency and people understand.
And it can't just be the Wild West either. No. And it has to be structured in some kind of way. And we talk also about the morality of just everybody being a journalist now.
Right.
Is another side. But that's you and I having a conversation outside of Kane County Connects.
Right. Well, there's a
blend between it.
Well, and there's the literacy, the journalistic literacy you need to have to understand what media literacy, so you understand who you're listening to is credible, that they're trusted. And that's a whole other topic that we could go on for hours. But I find it interesting that, so you try to go through the local newspapers. A lot of them are just doing submissions now, which is great. So I write up things for Kane County Connects. I rearrange them a little bit for print media, and then I just publish them that way. That's very helpful. Yeah. Social media, back in the day, we didn't have social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We're on YouTube as well. All of the Kane County board meetings and committee meetings are broadcast live on YouTube. Good thing to take advantage of, like you're doing. And then the newsletter, obviously, along with physical outreach, as you said. The newsletter has circulation now of 23,000 people, which in a county of 500,000 doesn't seem like a whole lot. Well, but these are loyal people who open it up, and every time I have at least a 40% opening rate, which means 40% of those people are opening it on a regular basis.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, in an off-election year, you're only going to get maybe 15 to 8% of people who are actually involved in local government anyway on that. So already to have that higher ratio just in opening those, you're already setting a very good pace to begin with.
Well, it was interesting too, and I get asked a lot about how I decide what content goes into Kane County Connects. Now that's a twice weekly newsletter. That's a lot of work to put out that much work, but that's how much is going on in Kane County that it's easy to fill 2 newsletters. So it's basically the decisions that the county's making, the programs that they've instituted, the issues that they're tackling, and really the services that they provide. I mean, it's easy to let people know that the Kane County clerk is the person that does the elections, when you need to register to vote. I suppose the Kane County treasurer needs a plug right now because he is the tax collector, and tax day is coming up on June 3rd. So, the deadline's coming up. Those are very easy things to do because people just need to know what's going on, and they need the information and the deadlines and where to go to get what.
And those are annual anyway. Those are kind of like trash pickup day, the cumbersome trash pickup day. I'm not sure necessarily what they call it, but it is something that happens every year.
But they appreciate the reminders that they're always there and they're always timely. Then there's the fantastic programs that Kane County has implemented. The Kane County Health Department, hope to have them on your show to talk about their Tell Us Your Story opioid awareness campaign that just launched. An amazing campaign that tells stories of people who have been affected by opioids and the way that you can get away from that and help people that you love. Kane County, on the same kind of note, Kane County Sheriff's Department and the State's Attorney's Office last week just announced that they have a Narcan vending machine at the Sheriff's Office for free. No questions asked. Go in there if you need it. Please get what you need.
I recommend having one in each of your vehicles.
Right.
That's usually where I have mine. I've got one in my car here, and then I've got one in the family van, just in case we need it. Oh my gosh, and it's easy to say that we're not drug addicts, we're not going to do, but you never know what's going to happen around you.
Right.
You never know if, even then with medications nowadays, people are overdosing on medication just because they weren't mixed properly or anything like that. So it's always good to have that, and it's great that they have those vending machines ready to go.
And on top of that, on top of the Your Story Matters opioid awareness campaign through the Health Department also offers groups Narcan training.
Great.
So naloxone, they'll bring some free you can get it through the Health Department. It's free through the Health Department. All you have to do is call them up and ask. And they'll show you how to use it, how effective it is, when it's not effective, and again, how you administer it. And it's simply a nasal spray. It's not that difficult, but you need to know the symptoms, the signs, what to do right after you administer it as well. So
exactly. It's kind of like you can know how to put a tourniquet on, but you got to know to write the time and everything, the procedures,
the symptoms
for things.
And what it is effective on and what
we've all seen TV. You get the actual training.
Yeah, and it's free. All you got to do is call the Kane County Health Department. Not a problem.
Great.
So
that's great.
Yeah, so there's just so many things to talk about. It's in the county that newsletter is simple to fill up. We also do a lot of things that people can't find lists for. For instance, all the park district parks throughout Kane County, when they're opening, where they are, we list all their websites.
Okay.
I mean, that's just fun, right? We do all the farmers markets. We did all the veterans and the Memorial Day services, just to, so people kind of understand where they are. And I think what I've gotten a great response from is that we don't pick just one city. So we're not just Elgin. We're not just Aurora. We are Gilbert's. We are East Dundee. We are Montgomery. We're out in Virgil. We're in Canelan. I mean, so you pick your town, and we will try to make sure that newsletter at least touches you once. So you understand. Somebody said to me, I didn't understand there were that many communities in Kane County. And I said, no, there's 30 of them, but okay.
My goodness.
Yeah, but people don't hear about what's going on in their own community, and that's what Kane County Connects tries to do.
Absolutely. And when you go to CaneCountyConnects.com, you have a place to subscribe. So when I subscribe to CaneCountyConnects.com, what am I subscribing to? Am I subscribing to the newsletter, or am I subscribing to more than that?
Yeah, actually, CaneCountyConnects.com is just the place. It's called our blog.
Okay.
That's where all of our news stories live. So you'll have the active ones up front, but you can go to see past articles. You can go all the way back to 2022 when I took over the newsletter.
Wow.
But the newsletter is what you will be signing up for. And then through your email account, you will get the newsletter delivered right to your inbox on Tuesdays and Thursdays, typically around 9:30 every morning. So.
Yep. You've got the meeting calendar right there on the bottom as well, and a link right to the Kane County government website.
Absolutely. You can watch the YouTube from there, and we always include weather. We always include news you can use, which is typically state news, things that are going on around the state that might interest you. Obviously, cicadas have been really big. We have two regular features, Pet of the Week, which comes from Kane County Animal Control. Happy puppy and kitty faces that need to be adopted into their forever homes.
Congratulations, Sienna. Congratulations.
Yes, she's adorable. And then obviously Pam Otto, who's with the St. Charles Park District, well known for all of her nature conservatory efforts and her wonderful knowledge of all things insects. She has a column every Thursday called Good Natured. So
that's amazing. Go to Kane County Connects. Julie Mann does a fantastic job managing that. Julie Mann is the public information officer with the Kane County government, kanecountyconnects.com. So now I want to shift just a little bit, Julie, if we can, about your experiences as a broadcaster riding the wave of the OTT, the over the top, as it's swelled up through it. Before, I would say, let's say early 2000s or so, it was starting to get a little bit easier for people to have personal websites and things along that side. We didn't necessarily have YouTube or anything on that. The first range of YouTube, independent journalists flooded towards it. Then Viacom stepped in and kind of squashed that side of it. My question here is this new revolution that we're seeing in independent journalism that's primarily focused on micro blogging and micro vlogging, I guess is really the aspect, to kind of use the same terminology. Is this for the better overall, or is this for the better as we are right now? For me, just to kind of preface my opinion for it, is I think this is just a stepping stone. I think we have to get through this juvenile side of independent journalism until we finally start galvanizing back to what is trusted media. So what are your thoughts along that line of the new digital media and the new independent journalists, quote unquote, that are rising up right now?
Well, I call them citizen journalists,
Okay.
right? Okay. So I think there's a good and a bad there, and I don't mean to have a split decision there. But I think the good is that people are interested. They want to take a dive into subjects that matter to them. They want people to know what's going on. I know that when I was at WBBM News Radio, we used to be able to use people who were on the scene. I mean, you have someone who's out there live with Facebook. A small plane has just crashed, and I can obviously see it.
Yeah.
So I know that there's an issue going on out there. Then we were able to find witnesses very quickly, as opposed to having to go to the scene and find them. We're just able to get them on the phone and obviously live through the studio, through the lines of Facebook, which sound like, an ISDN line. So it wasn't, it was an amazing quality.
So quote unquote, boots on the ground are easier.
Right. Boots on the ground were easier, although you did have to make sure that you had official confirmation of things, but at least you knew that if I had to send someone way out to Joliet, that I could see that something was going on and that people were talking about it.
Exactly. You weren't just calling somebody and they could sit in an office and pretend everything to you.
Right. The downside of that, I think, is that people then take on certain subjects and just stick to them, and we become isolated. Then we don't look at diversity. We don't look at the other side of the story. We're only focused on what people are telling us that we want to hear. In many circumstances. And I find that kind of scary. I think as a community, I like people to understand both sides. That's why traditional and respected and good journalism has both sides of the story. We'll tell you this side and that side so you can make your own decision. They're not telling you what to think. I think some of the independent citizen journalists that are out there they know what you want to think and they'll convince you what to think. And for people who want to do that, that's just fine. But
And exactly. I think I have the same thing too. If you want to be biased and you want to make $1 million, just know where you are. Don't call yourself something that you're not. Now, will it put an extra couple dollars in your pocket to call yourself centered, but then not be? Sure. But at the end of the day, we all have biases. Even as broadcasters, my bias is that I want you to listen to me. That's at least that. I have to make it at least entertaining on that side of it. But I think what's happening is these siloed news organizations and then the siloed audience, I think, is what's really dangerous to it, is you have to have discourse in it. And I think the other side of it, too, is you either have siloed information or you have people falling over themselves to be centered. There's one thing to get both sides of an argument. There is one thing to say, now we're going to have a segment on round earth versus flat earth. That's completely different. That's by all means, you want to both sides a argument that has two sides, But we cannot have journalists turning around and saying, okay, well, the round earthers, we need to hear at least 5 minutes from the flat earthers. It's like, well, no, it's a proven thing that they aren't true.
Right.
Why would we give them the same amount of time?
But and I will say on a positive note that there are good and bad and ugly out there for citizen journalists and people who are making money off of telling people things that they want to hear or things that they think are right or wrong. But I also am encouraged that people are interested.
Yes.
They're interested enough to get involved, to say something, to speak up. But I hope that the same interest exists in people who are listening. People who listen need to know who they're listening to, what their credentials are. When you see a newsletter, when you see a blog, make sure you kind of research the person.
Oh, yeah. Ad Fontes Media. For anybody who's out there, check out Ad Fontes. They'll get a nice grade. You'll get a bias report on either side. So in the last 5 minutes, real quick, Julie, the thing that I want to talk about is I think the best way to galvanize what we're talking about right here is I think we need to get the trusted sources back. When we turned around and said, nope, Dan Rather is going to tell me the news. Walter Cronkite is going to tell me the news. I think news organizations have kind of lent out their name too thinly, and we don't have those pillars anymore. Or argue, should we even have those pillars anymore, where it's a single person that we all agree to? Or maybe there's 5 people we all agree to. What are the dangers on that side?
Well, I think the 24-hour news cycle can get themselves into trouble. They're filling and they're speculating and they're just trying to fill time. And I get that. It's hard when a breaking news is happening and you don't have a lot of information.
WBBM.
Right. If you have 8 analysts sitting around a table talking about something that hasn't happened yet, you've seen that. Okay. So I think that I think that people need an opportunity to sit down for that 30 minutes at night and watch their nightly news. You need to decide who you feel is a trusted news source, who your anchor is. But I do feel that we need local news. We need better local news. We need the network news. And I know that a lot of people dig on the network news, but I think primarily the staples, the ABCs, the NBCs, the CBSs still put out a traditional product for their evening news. And I think we need that. I think that we need that 30 minutes to remind us what's going on in the world.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for coming on today. I really appreciate you.
That was fast.
Talking. Yeah. No, it's only a half hour, right? And then with BBM, you guys. So the way I picture it over there is everybody's sitting at a table waiting to read their next article. Is that how you guys operate in the newsroom right now?
Oh, Dennis, this would take hours.
Oh my God.
No. We had journalists out everywhere, reporters everywhere calling in, doing their stories. It sounds like we're all in studio, but we all have equipment that makes us sound like we're in studio.
You're just connecting through the ISDN. Well, maybe not the ISDNs anymore. Those are expensive. But the Comrex units any of that stuff that's popping through.
ISDN lines have kind of gone by the way.
Yeah. But AT&T tried to charge us $800 a month to just keep the line. That was before I called anybody.
Yeah, we bought into this really cool app that you could just go right live on your phone on this app, and it gave you
Lucy Live.
Lucy Live.
Lucy Live. We started using that in 2013 to connect to our Comrex units. It was amazing. It was amazing. You are welcome anytime to come talk shop with me.
Great.
Anytime. CaneCountyConnects.com. We've been speaking with Julie Mann, Public Information Officer for Kane County Government. Do you have anything else that you want to put out there as far as Kane County Connects?
I would just ask people to sign up for the newsletter. It's got a lot of good information, and get involved in your local government. Know what's going on. They are on YouTube. You can sit at home and watch the meetings. You can find the agendas online, look at what they're doing, how they're spending your money. I fully encourage people to get involved.
Yeah, get involved. And that's what we kind of talked about, too, even with the independent journalists. People are getting involved. If anything, get involved, ask questions, get your hands a little bit dirty. We have this policy of just like, I don't want to touch government. It's so sticky and I don't want to.
But you also need stuff to talk about.
Exactly, as it comes through. Well, again, I really appreciate you being here with us today. Again, Kane County Connects, that's the place to go. We welcome Julie Mann back anytime. I love talking shop. I wanted to ask you about the 24-hour news cycle as it goes through and everything else, but we'll have to wait for another time. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
You're listening to Out to Lunch. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. We're taking you through the rest of the next hour as well. We'll go through Tuesday News Day. We already got a little bit of Elon Musk that's in there as well. Some of the other things that are happening, state Supreme Court and Republican congressional primary elections top the Georgia ballots. Lots and lots of things to come. You're listening to WRMN 15, I'm sorry, I keep going 1590 with WCGO. That's WRMN 1410. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the other side.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM.
The weather is getting better, and we know it's the time when ladders and DIYers come out. Before you start any new outdoor projects, ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any type of work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 1 o'clock.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Brought to you by Linzess. Elgin police were swiftly called to the scene of a shooting in the 500 block of North McLean Boulevard late yesterday, where they found a man injured from gunshot wounds. Thankfully, the injuries were non-life-threatening, and he's currently receiving treatment. The Major Investigations Division has taken over the case, and they have several suspects now in custody. Kane County residents set for a splash this summer, with several outdoor pools and water parks opening their doors soon. Locations such as Splash Country Water Park in Aurora and Otter Cove Aquatic Park in St. Charles, welcoming guests from May 25th, and the Lions Armstrong Memorial Pool in Algonquin and Wings Park Pool in Elgin start their season June 1st. The Elgin Police Department now accepting applications for new officers. If you're interested in a law enforcement career, now's your chance to join a team dedicated to service and safety. The application deadline is June 7th.
With your AM 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy happiness. But money did buy your boat, where you find peace fishing, unlike at home with 3 teenage daughters. Because fish never argue about who stole whose crop top, or get mad the other fish used up all the hot water. No, they just swim around, never embarrassed to be seen with you in public. So save money by bundling your boat or RV insurance with home or auto from Progressive. And buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates.
The Elgin Police Department is partnering with the Illinois Department of Transportation, the Illinois State Police, and more than 200 local law enforcement agencies to step up enforcement efforts across the state in recognition of Distracted Driving Awareness Month. Throughout April, motorists can expect increased patrols looking for texting and driving, as well as other traffic violations. Between 2012 and 2021, approximately 32,000 lives were lost in crashes involving distracted drivers. Everyone has the potential for distracted driving crashes, but those between the ages of 16 and 24 are especially at risk. If you need to text, pull over to a safe location. Or if you have a passenger, consider appointing a designated texter. Whatever the solution, don't text and drive. In Illinois, using your phone in anything other than a hands-free mode is not only dangerous, but it's also illegal. The Illinois Distracted Driving Campaign is funded with federal traffic safety funds administered by IDOT.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Bears wrap up their first round of OTAs today. They'll work out again May the 23rd, then the 28th and 29th, and the 31st. Mandatory minicamp is June 4th through the 6th. Training camp scheduled to start in late July. The Blue Jays beat the White Sox 9-3 in Toronto Monday. The Sox are just 4-20 away from home this season. Eric Fetty drops to 4-1. He gave up 5 runs and 7 hits over 6 innings. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Paul DeJong had 3 hits, including his 7th homer. But the Sox have dropped 4 in a row, and they matched the season worst by falling 20 games under 500. The series continues tonight in Toronto. 4-4 Garrett Crochet faces 2-3 Yusei Kikuchi. Day off for the Cubs on Monday. They're home tonight hosting Atlanta. Javier Assad's 4-0. He's got a 1.49 ERA. He's next up in the rotation. Atlanta's Charlie Morton gets the start. He's 3-1. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
This is sponsored by Burger King. Burger 70 on June 1st and wants to celebrate with you. In honor of this milestone birthday, have it your way with sweet deals for members of the free Burger King loyalty program, Royal Perks. Members will have access to 7 days of daily exclusive digital offers like a free hamburger and free original chicken sandwich with purchases of 70 cents or more, beginning on May 28th and running through June 3rd. Among the digital deals, Royal Perks members can enjoy a medium, ice-cold Coca-Cola soft drink for free with a purchase of 70 cents or more on Thursday, May 30th. Royal Perks members can also celebrate with a $6 birthday meal featuring a flame-grilled Whopper Jr., small fries, small soft drink, and the all-new birthday pie slice for just $6. To learn more about all of the BK birthday offers and to get in on the party, including playing an exclusive game on the BK app, download the Burger King app and sign up for Royal Perks today. Price and participation vary. U.S. only. Terms apply. See bk.com/terms.
Hey everybody, this is Marky B from the First Shift Morning Show, inviting you to join us for a live broadcast from The Wall That Heals, a 3/4 scale replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, along with a mobile education center, Friday, May 24th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Randall Oaks Park in West Dundee. The Wall That Heals honors the more than 3 million Americans who served in the U.S. Armed Forces in the Vietnam War, and it bears the names of the 58,281 men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice in Vietnam. Our live broadcast that day is brought to you by True Patriots Care, a nonprofit organization dedicated to recognizing and supporting those who have served their communities as first responders and as members of the armed services. It's a live broadcast from The Wall That Heals in West Dundee, Friday, May 24th from 4 to 6 p.m., right here on WRMN, AM 1410, and on YouTube at WRMN Radio. Experts say regular auto maintenance is one of the most important things for your car. Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin covers all your automotive needs. From oil changes, brake services, and emission testing, Meineke's expert staff provides hard work and dedication with the utmost professionalism. Need an oil change? Visit Meineke in South Elgin for their 23-point inspection. Call 847-888-9644.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. WRMN's Out to Lunch. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. Thanks for joining me on this Tuesday News Day. That's right. Lots and lots of news to get through today. We don't want to bore anybody too much throughout the rest of the week, so we try to pile as much news into twos as we possibly can. Joining me, like always, or as many times as I can possibly get him over here, that would be my esteemed executive producer, Ben Demonium Boquest. Thank you, sir, for being here today.
Hello, my distinct pleasure to be joining you on WRMN 1410 AM.
Yes, it's the most delectable station out there. Yes, we appreciate it.
I feel rather fancy being on this AM dial.
Right here. I feel rather fancy, too. I just got off an interview with Julie Mann, and my goodness, was it a fantastic interview. You can find that interview at the YouTubes, youtube.com/@WRMN Radio. Who's Julie Mann? Well, Julie Mann right now is the Public Information Officer for Kane County government. She runs CaneCountyConnects.com, but Julie Mann has worked over 3 decades as an award-winning journalist in the city of Chicago, reporter, anchor, and managing editor of WBBM Newsroom. She was even named one of the 10 most powerful women in Chicago journalism for 3 years, 14, 17, and 19. It was a pleasure speaking with her again. I hope to bring her on to the Brain Trust and kind of pick her brain a little bit about the 24-hour news cycle. And if anybody knows anything about the 24-hour news cycle, it's definitely WBBM here in Chicago. So that's what I really want to get. And you know what, Ben? I think we're just going to have to plan a day with her and just bring her on and just pick apart our news. And she'll be our news nutritionist, I think, is what we're going to have
like
her
that.
be for us, our news nutritionist.
I mean, you guys were talking about media literacy. I think that's so important. And
It is.
just to have a segment like that, to have a media professional right there willing to come on the show. It's a great resource. And, a great job, by the way. Great interview.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I said, it's one of those things that we could have, definitely make a segment out of that.
CaneCountyConnects.com is the place to find more information there. And you can find Julie Mann at that website as well. Sign up for the newsletter. Lots and lots of stuff as it goes through. This is the full Kane County. So it's not just Elgin, it's not just Aurora, not just Dundee or any of the other people. It's everybody that's here. And if you reach out to her, she'll make sure that your community is involved in that newsletter as well. It's going to be great to have her on. I hope she comes back. I hope she's there. Another thing that's happening coming up on Monday, we've got a special Monday that's coming up. I believe that is the Memorial Day side of it. And there's lots of events that are happening in Memorial Day. We've only got 7 days to plan, only 7 days left to figure it out. Monday, May 27th is Memorial Day. There's a few events that are going on. At 8:30 in the morning, Mount Hope Cemetery at 1001 Villa Street, a combined color guard, rifle salute, and the playing of the taps will happen over there. 9 a.m. Lakewood Memorial Park, that's 30W 730 US 20 across from Villa Olivia. Service to honor those buried at the cemetery will be held at the Garden of Honor and include a combination color guard, rifle salute, and the playing of taps. Adjacent to the Gail Borden Public Library, Veterans Memorial Park at 9:40, conducted by the Elgin Navy Club and the Elgin Marine Corps League. The program will feature the Elgin Master Choral and honor veterans, entered at STEE. The following presentation by Elgin Navy Club members. The service will conclude with the sowing of flowers into the river, rifle salute, and the playing of taps. And of course, there's the Bluff City Cemetery. That's at 11 a.m., 945 Bluff City Boulevard, held in Elgin's historic Bluff City Cemetery. This family-oriented program has been the local tradition since the nation's first Memorial Day in 1868. This year's program will pay special tribute to the 80th anniversary of D-Day and those who gave their lives during this critical period of World War II. It also featured will be Northwest Baptist Bible Academy and the Elgin Master Choral. So they'll leave the Gail Borden Public Library, head over to the Bluff City Cemetery. And of course, one last thing, WRMN is going to be at the Wall That Heals in West Dundee. May 24th to May 27th, you can actually see the wall that heals. So here in a couple days, it'll actually be set up. Where is it going to be set up? You can go to truepatriotscare.com and see the information there. But the location will be Randall Oaks Park. That's 1180 North Randall in West Dundee. That's where we will be broadcasting live that Monday. And you can come see us and pay tribute to our Memorial Day soldiers. So I always get this thing of Memorial Day and Veterans Day, Ben. Veterans Day is my day. I'm a veteran. That's the day you're supposed to thank me. That's the day that you actually have a person to thank. Memorial Day is when you don't have a physical person to thank. Memorial Day is the people that didn't make it home. Memorial Day are the ones that never came back and the ones that suffered for our benefit. That's what Memorial Day is about. Veterans Day, by all means, you want to thank a veteran. You want to throw praise at us during that time. Memorial Day, absolutely. If you want to thank a veteran, thank them. But you're not thanking them for Memorial Day. You want to thank the ones that you can't see. You want to thank the ones that aren't here, the ones that have their names on plaques. That's their day. So go find something. They don't have school, so, I mean, hopefully you don't have as much work to do on Monday. Go and find something to do. Go and find a way to memorialize those that have made the ultimate sacrifice for you. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say the sacrifice for you lightly, because they did. They sacrificed it for you. No matter how many people don't make it back or anything like that, or fight for it or make it home, they fought. They fought not just for themselves and their family. They fought for all Americans. And that's something that we need to recognize during this time. So find something out there. Find a place to go. If you want to celebrate with us, if you want to memorialize with us, we'll be at the Wall That Heals on that Monday. Find more information, truepatriotscare.com. The location will be Randall Oaks Park, 1180 North Randall Road. Ben and I got some more Newsday Tuesday coming up for you today. Lots of stuff that's happening. Ben, Fonnie Willis called Jim Jordan a clown. Again, I guess. That's... Come on, let's be a little bit more civil, right? Kamala Harris already having some locker room talk and the whatnot. What have we done here since 2016? Have we just opened it up to no longer have decorum, Benjamin? My goodness. Good day to you, sir.
Very performative in Congress.
It's there. What's also performative is Out to Lunch, WRMN. Stay tuned with us. More Tuesday Newsday coming up.
Attention all Schaumburg Boomers fans. Join the Schaumburg Boomers at Wintrust Fields on May 24th, May 25th, and May 26th versus the Lake Erie Crushers. On May 25th at 3 p.m., it's a Hawaiian shirt giveaway. The first 1,500 fans receive a Boomers Hawaiian shirt thanks to Ascension, Illinois. On May 26th, starting at 6:30 versus the Lake Erie Crushers, there will be a special Memorial Day weekend Sunday night fireworks show.
America's First Responders Fest, Saturday, September 7th at Panton Mill Park, South Elgin, Illinois. Join us Saturday, September 7th for America's First Responders Fest. The South Elgin event will pay tribute to veterans and all first responders. This year's event includes Rapid Response 5K and Fun Run starting at 10 a.m. The festival hours are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We'll have first responder stage tributes. There will be a classic car show from JP Car Shows. Live bands featuring Deacon Frost, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, Jimmy Nick, and the Junkyard Groove. We'll broadcast live right here on WRMN 1410 and at WRMN Radio on YouTube. There will be food and beverage trucks, kids' activities, and market-style vendor booths. For more information and updates leading up to the event, please visit afrfest.org. Again, that's Saturday, September 7th. For more information, visit afrfest.org. That's America's First Responders Fest, Saturday, September 7th at Panton Mill Park, South Elgin, Illinois.
Take your family out or meet up with a friend for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Elgin IHOP, located at 101 Randall Road by the theater. They're open for dining 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Stop in at 3 p.m. for happy hour with discounted meal deals for early birds starting at just $6. You can choose from breakfast choices like the pancake sundaes or juicy burgers or maybe a classic burrito bowl. Check out the menu at ihop.com today.
We are Lions International, the world's largest service organization. We are volunteers committed to strengthening our communities and supporting those in need, one act of kindness at a time. For more than a century, Lions have been serving a world in need, right here in our community and around the world. Lions International makes the impossible possible. This is your invitation to join us, because the only thing missing from our mission to make a difference is you. Visit lionsclub.org to find a local Lions Club near you.
If you are 50 years and older, you are welcome to join Elgin State Bank's sponsored movie days at Elgin Marcus Theater. It will always be on the second Thursday of each month. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. At 9 a.m., you will hear a very brief message from Sherry Aschenbrenner about upcoming senior events, and movies will begin at approximately 9:30 a.m. Coffee and a donut is complimentary. You can always call the movie theater hotline number of 847-888-7976 to find out what movies are playing each month. The cost is $3 if you are a member of Elgin State Bank, meaning you have an account there, and $5 if you are a non-member. And for more senior information, catch Sherry's Senior Showcase on the third Tuesday of every month at 9:15 a.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Welcome back to WRMN. You're listening to Out to Lunch. Take WRMN out to lunch with you. We're already in your pocket. There's a few ways in your pocket that you can watch us, listen to us. Watch us what? This is a radio station. Get out of here. No, I got cameras. See, I just turned it on. Right here. Hello. Hi. I can wave at you. Cameras. We got speakers. So let's run down the list. I'm getting ahead of myself on this. So you've got WRMN AM, right? That's the foundation. That's the reason we exist and the reason that we've got everything right here. That is 1410 on the AM dial. You go ahead and slide it back and forth. You'll get it. You'll find it right there. The next thing that you can do is listen on the TuneIn app. Don't worry about it. Your smart speaker already knows what's going on. Look over at your smart speaker and say, my friend Google, would you perhaps play the station WRMN from the 1410 dial? No, you just say, Google, play WRMN. Boom! Fires right up. You're there. You're listening. You're already connected and streaming. WRMN1410.com is another great place you can go, and you have both flavors of stream at WRMN1410. You can listen to the audio. Just pop it on, put it on in the background. Listen at your computer. Keep it as a tab, just up and running. Stay up to date for all the things that are happening in Kane County and the Fox River Valley. Or you turn around and you go right to the video side of it, and you're watching YouTube. You could watch us, still put us on in the background. You know what I do? I put it on in the office, and then I cast it to a screen. Whether I cast it to the office screen or I've got one of those little displays, those Google displays. Yeah, I watch the station. I listen to the station because there's many, many different ways that I can do it. I don't have to worry necessarily about running from room to room. I can listen to the station anywhere I go. Person that you can listen to anywhere you go on the internet at Bendemonium. That would be my esteemed executive producer, Bendemonium Boquest. Thank you, sir, for being here with me.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, and you could watch me as I call in to the radio show on YouTube as well.
That's fun, right?
Yep. And you could read my Substack at benboquist, substack.com. benboquist, whatever that, however they do that. But yeah, shameless plug there. Check my Substack out. I do movie reviews.
Substack. That's a whole nother platform for you people that love to like clickety clacking on the keyboard there, right?
Yep. Yeah, that is an online platform talking about the last hour about how everybody's a journalist and now everybody's a movie critic, or they have the opportunity to write long articles, or really whatever you want on Substack. I think it's a great platform, and you see a lot of people branching out in the industry, starting their own Substacks, and yeah, looking to
make $1 million as a blogger.
I'm sorry?
Make $1 million as a blogger. That's what we used to call influencers before they were influencers. They were bloggers.
A blogger. Yeah.
A recipe blogger or financial blogger.
That's an elder millennial term, right?
It is.
Sure.
Oh my goodness. Make me feel old all the time. But those are the people on the digital sphere that got those keyboards. They've already sent us a couple letters. Wendy hops in. Hi, Sonar. Have a great day. Stay hydrated. That's right. I have to stay hydrated. Yes. I drink too much coffee and everything else. Where did you see that?
I saw that comment. I was watching on YouTube, as you do. And I, as soon as I saw that, I grabbed a big bottle of water and started drinking. I was like, you know what? She's right. I'm not hydrated enough. I've only had coffee and stuff. I'm going to take that as a sage advice in general. So.
Catherine calls us out. Hey, Mark, Sonar, and Ben. Looking forward to your super story, Julie Mann. Yeah, it was fantastic having Julie Mann in here. This was the stream for it. You can always back it up. But later on this week, our interview will be cut out, and it will be its own standalone video. We kept it to about 30 minutes or so. I wanted to get some Newsday Tuesday going on, and Miss Mann had to get out of here. But I would love to bring her back. I think having a news nutritionist on our team, I think is a really, really good way to go. JP Carr Shows jumps in. JP Carr Show says, I was a huge Bob Collins fan. His tragic death was devastating. Yeah, WBBM has been around for a long time, and there are some great, great anchors that have come and gone through that. I would imagine Julie runs a tight newsroom. Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness. Hit that like button. That's right, Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure which YouTube channel that is, but I'll have to check it out. If you want a YouTube channel shout out for your channel, I think Dad and Son Do It All is a great YouTube channel as well. They hop in. That's West Side West. If you've got a YouTube channel you want us to promote, go ahead and hop into the chat. If you want to jump into the conversation at any time, 847-931-1410. Ben, I've got one more thing of housekeeping I got to get done, and then we can go right into the news as it is here. I don't know if you know this or not, but it is Memo Day, National Memo Day. You remember those pieces of paper that end up in your mailbox? Attention, Ben, regarding this.
The ATTN one.
Did you go through writing professional letters in school? Did they make you do that during typing class and all that? And you're like, you got to have the address of who you're sending it to, then your address, and then, you know what I mean? Did you ever do that where you got to format a business letter?
Oh, yeah, official header, all that. And then, even memo, ATTN or whatever.
Have you ever, in your adult professional life, of the hundreds of thousands of emails that you send out or have sent out, have you ever used that formatting?
Can't say that I have. Maybe early on in applying for jobs.
I don't think I've ever done it.
Doing something like that.
even then, applying for jobs, it was still like, man, okay, I'll send it. It's still an email, right? Maybe it's probably why I didn't get the job. But
yeah, I guess just an attachment with your cover photo or cover letter does that.
yeah, I mean, if anything, I already sent you a cover letter, and in that cover letter, I at least put your address. I didn't follow it up with mine. You can find it in the resume, right? So it's just, I don't know. It's just we spend so much time formatting it. I think it's more of a pedagogic practice of learning how to write to begin with than it is necessarily a thing that we all have to continuously do for the rest of our lives. Most of the time I get emails that just say, hey, in the subject letter. I'm just like, hey, well, hey back. How are you? Why don't you just call me? So it's that kind of thing.
The one where you forget to put a subject and then it's just like, blah.
It gives you the notification. Hey, this doesn't have a subject as it comes through. But it's National Memo Day. So if you didn't know, to the WRMN shoppers from WRMN, let me see if I can pull it up on the screen here. I don't think I can. Oh, I can. Hey, look at that. There's our memo. To WRMN shoppers from WRMN, dated yesterday. But the prizes and the deals are for today. Message: shop at and every $10 purchase earn one free McDonald's. I believe that's a $2 or a $4 gift card for that. Shop and every $20 purchase earns a free car wash from Britain's Car Wash. You can go over to Britain's Car Wash. We've got a couple of those free car washes here. So if you spend $20, let me just paint you a picture. You spend $20 with us, you're more than likely getting anywhere from $35 to $50 in value already for spending that $20. There's so many different markdowns for everything. You're already getting close to $50 value for spending that $20. You'll get 2 McDonald's certificates, and you'll get a free car wash, and you'll get 2 bingo cards. If that ain't the deal of the week, I don't know what it is. We'll have to talk to Matt McNeil and see if he can beat that deal of the week. But right now, I call it, that's the deal of the week. Haven't seen a better deal all week. You spend $20 with us, and you're getting all these extra things. We're practically driving it to your house. But come see us. It's great. Dean says, hi, Sonar. What an interview with Julie Mann. Julie, thank you for the dynamic interview. I'll tell you, Ben, I love talking to subject matter experts. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. If you are a smart person in your field, I want to talk to you. I want to pick your brain apart and talk to you about how great your job is and how much you like it. Because if you're not an expert and not like your job in some capacity, you can't be an expert in underwater basket weaving and not know how to swim. It doesn't work like that. So I want to hear your passion. I want to hear from you. Maybe what we'll do, Ben, is we'll have like a Worker Wednesday or something where we find somebody that we can interview that has a unique job. And do something along those lines, because I love it.
100% agreement with everything you just said, man.
Because it's hard to find people that have a cooler job than you and I, right? I want to find it. When I talked to the guy over at the records, the Rediscover Records, he has a way cooler job than I do. I love talking to people like that. Julie Mann, Public Information Officer for Kane County Government. Way cooler job than what I do over here. Love to pick your brain, love to be part of it. So, Benjamin, what do you have on your news docket for today?
Oh, man, there's so much news going on. And, every day it's a new fun adventure following the news that's newsing every day. And what I like to do is focus on the just outlandish, funny stuff. Here is a story from livemint.com. And it's a video that I saw I believe I saw it when I was surfing Reddit. Regardless, here's the title of the article. You can find it, the video online as well. Taiwan parliament member runs away with bill to prevent passing. So how the story goes, Taiwanese lawmakers are embroiled in an unusual incident on Friday, May 17th, when a parliament member expressed dissent by procuring a bill and absconded with it to prevent its passage.
Absconded.
He totally absconded with this bill here.
You abscanderous person.
Absolutely. So the guy just straight up, grabbed the bill, like hopped over the barrier, grabbed the bill out of the folder, and ran away with it. Taiwanese lawmakers encountered a strange incident Friday when a member of Taiwanese parliament demonstrated discontent by simply picking up a bill and running off with it to prevent it from being passed. A bitter dispute unfolded over reforms to the chamber as Taiwanese lawmakers shoved, tackled, and hit each other in the parliament, reported Reuters. The development occurred just days before President-elect Lai Ching-te is set to take office on Monday. So yesterday, he won January's election without his Democratic Progressive Party attaining a legislative majority. Some lawmakers screamed and shoved at each other outside of the legislative chamber, even before the votes were cast. Later, the parliament floor witnessed chaotic scenes as lawmakers turned to the speaker's seat, leapt onto tables, and pinned down colleagues to the floor. Meanwhile, more scuffles followed into the afternoon. So, I mean, we were talking about decorum last segment here. And, yeah, I mean, if you look at around the world, you see crazy stuff like this all the time where it's really the decorum is really not even an afterthought. And even in places like Britain, they're at least very vocal. It's they kind of make a point to insult each other on those courts instead of in the U.S. where they make a point not to, like we saw earlier this week with the whole MTG outburst and drama.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's it, too. If you look at the January 6th side of it, there was a reason why they were looking for the Electoral College votes. And there was a Senate aide that grabbed those for that time to make sure that when the insurrectionists did get to the chamber, that they weren't going to grab the actual documents. You know what I mean? Like, sure, there may be copies of stuff, or they may be able to recreate these things, but not as easy as having the original documents that are there. So I see it. It's kind of like taking a parking ticket and eating it in front of the cop.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're not gonna crunch, 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 and it's like, well, dude, we got. It's carbon copy paper, first off.
Yeah. Well, somehow the article leads me to believe that there's no fail-safe in the Taiwanese parliament for this. So.
Oh, my gosh. Nobody thought of this? Nobody thought of... Well, just as a question, Larry, just as a question, what if a crazy guy comes in here and takes the document and runs off with it?
Now those questions are being asked. Well, basically what happened was it was... at the last, the end of the session, 5 minutes before Friday, no one's going to stick around and use the printer again. It was okay, we'll do it Monday, fine, kind of thing. So, if anything, I think it just bought some time to just like politics work in America, gum up the works a little bit, show the system, make the system not work.
Oh, of course. So. It's if you spend your entire career. Being a hindrance, and then all of a sudden you're in charge. It's like, well, wait, hold on. I only know how to be a hindrance. I only know how to be a counter agent to whatever you're doing. You can't put me in charge. It blows up my entire MO. If I'm the one that's in charge, then you get to be the counter side of it. And that's not fair. It's no, man, you're in charge. Oh, my gosh. OpenAI pulls ChatGPT AI voice over its resemblance to Scarlett Johansson. Have you heard the new ChatGPT demo? It's out there on YouTube. You can watch it. But it is freaky. I speak to ChatGPT every once in a while when I don't feel like typing or I use my phone or whatever, but I pay for that premium version to do it. I don't put Scarlett Johansson's voice in there. But what really threw me off about this is, of course, it sounds like Scarlett Johansson a little bit. So you've got that movie Her that you're kind of. Was that her too? Wow. Yeah, I believe that was her voice that did it. So So it's there. Hi, officers. Good to see you. We got people walking past on the old Douglas over here. But essentially, yeah, that was her voice in her was there. So they pulled it. They pulled that voice. So they're trying to come up with another one, but it was freaky semblance. This is the issue I have with it. Breath. That's the thing that throws me off. I don't know if it would be more freaky if I didn't hear a breath, or I know it throws me off when I do hear AI breathe. I know that it is an audio recording that somebody put in and an AI generated a breath, generated the audio of a breath, not actually breathing. And that's what throws me off with it, is the uncanniness of it. The slight giggliness, and you know how you can change your voice back and forth just by having that overacting type of thing. Ben, you're so crazy. Like that kind of just changing the tone. And it would do that. Like if you implied something that would have been funny, or it might have found funny, and it's like, oh, well, I can't because I can't come over later, ChatGPT, because my grandma's on fire. That's so funny. You're being sarcastic. No, ChatGPT, my grandma's on fire. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Like it changes its tone based off of its own. It's too uncanny, I think, is the thing that throws me off with it, buddy. But Scarlett Johansson is essentially, well, they've pulled it. Scarlett Johansson said something. I don't think there was any litigation that was put it, but the user notes kept saying about how it was similar to Johansson. So all of the users that were like, hey, this sounds a lot like Scarlett Johansson, eventually they were like, yeah, we'll probably come up with a different voice. So it's out there.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. The story is pretty unsettling how they would be so, just disrespectful of somebody to do something like that, to make an AI that sounds just like her after she said no. Like, that sounds like just like creepy nerd stuff. Like, I'm sorry to put it like that, but like, if you're, it's just like you got rejected, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll just make a robot version of you anyway, just like the movie Her. It's just creepy. Like, in general, creeps me out a little bit that's how anybody would act who's an adult. So, just thinking about that is weird.
Well, okay, what about this, Ben? Whose voice would you use? If you had to pick a voice for your AI assistant.
Okay. I thought of this, actually. I have a good answer. I think we hit the mark with Microsoft Sam and like the early, whatever we used to use. It was like you could have a British voice or American.
You're talking about Microsoft David or Microsoft Sam?
Everything. I'm actually looking at, Microsoft David right here, but like nothing. Any of those old, I don't understand why it has to get better at all as far as the fake voices we create. Like, it's kind of dumb. Just like, oh, I want a famous actor to be the voice in my GPS. It's like whatever the TomTom did in whatever those came out, or the Garner GPS voice. All those. I mean, I understand diction and making it something you can hear is important.
But you're saying it should still sound like a robot. You're saying it still sound like a robot. I've got somebody. Oh, go ahead. I guess somebody who just called in here. His name is David. Let's see what they have to say.
Hello, Ben. I agree with you. You are very smart.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, okay, David. You must be Microsoft David then.
Sounds like a stand-up gentleman.
That's a very smart person there. They just hung up. They only said the 3 lines. I don't think they've got too many things to say.
Hello, world.
Oh, okay. Well, of course, that's what every AI says. But really, this is the weird aspect of it. What would you do? So let's take AI out of it. Let's say you're walking down the street and you see an advertisement and it's your face. It's you. That's what I mean. Is no one contacted you? No one said we're going to use your image. Nothing. All of a sudden, you're everywhere, and nobody contacted you with anything. That could be how Scarlett Johansson's feeling right now.
Yeah, or even creepier. How about this? It's not you, but it's someone who looks just like you, and they're dressed exactly like you are that day.
And his name is Jim Joquest.
Yes.
And it's just like, here it is. Here's you. So, I mean, that's the thing is where does the likeness go? As far as copyright law goes, I believe it's 20%. As long as you are 20% different than the other thing, then you can be and have that logo and have that different thing. But where do you measure that in a voice? Where do you measure that in a likeness? Now, you've got all these impersonators that are out there. What if this impersonator that looks like George Clooney is less than 20% different than him? Well, now, hey, you look like me. I'm famous. You're making money off of me, so therefore you can't use my likeness. What's going to happen to the impersonators? Not just the AI impersonators, but just impersonators in general. If I do an impression and it's too spot on, will I get tagged for it? That's where we've got to start coming into these likenesses, because you're constantly being captured. People are constantly recording you, constantly taking your picture everywhere, from ATMs to security stuff to people that are just filming their own stuff, and you just happen to be in the background. You are on the internet right now. Your likeness is on the internet right now. And all I've got to do is make a copy of it, and now I can run off with it. So how do we protect that, Ben?
Right, yeah. I think just common sense regulation on all the advancements in AI and everything like that. It's like these things are probably just going to happen because of how smart AI is, that it's just going to start doing this stuff. So it's going to take people to undo the things that AI is going to do on its own. So I think just focusing on the workforce of those industries and, starting from the top, just being educationally, it comes back to education, and it's a new technology. So it's just getting the regulation in place and thinking about everything logically, common sense practices for stuff like this that, again, since it's artificial intelligence, you got to set up the boundaries for it, because it'll just keep pushing the boundaries unless you give it those solid boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You've hit it on there. Let's take one more commercial break as we run through the day. Well, I'll tell you what, David, take it away.
You're listening to Out to Lunch on WRMN 1410. We will be right back.
Thank you. Appreciate that. AI taking everybody's job.
Celebrating 70 years of serving the Fox River Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM is proud to inform and entertain you every day with great local shows that keep you connected with the people in your community, like the Radio Shopping Show, where listeners are encouraged to let us know about their experiences with our business partners.
We did the Japanese garden, and they had a free show at the time that we went. We went over to Denny's restaurant where we did the breakfast, and then we head off to Wisconsin Dells. We did the Pirates Cove, the Knucklehead. It was just a fun 3-day trip. So thanks to you guys.
The voice of the Valley and the home of the Radio Shopping Show. You are listening to WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
This is Marky B inviting you to feel the power of the first shift.
To God be the glory, my brother. Thank you so much. You are such an inspiration to many of folk that's here in Elgin. I'm in West Dundee. I'm a Dundeeite now, not an Elginite anymore, but I love you. I can even give a number of prayers that we as a people continue to grow and to be there for one another. Please, people, let's get on board. Check on your neighbors, check on your friends, and just give an inspiration that life is worth living.
It's the first shift weekday mornings from 6 until 10 right here on WRMN.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. No matter the time of the day, WRMN 1410 AM is your platform to voice your views, share your stories, and connect with the Valley like never before. We're more than just radio. We're a community conversation that's always live, always local, and always looking for your input. Want to chime in on the drive time deal with Matt McNeil? Got a hot tip for first shift with Marky B? Or maybe you've got a question for a one-on-one with Leah. Now's the time to make your voice heard by calling Studio 14 at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. You can join in the dialogue from wherever you are by commenting on our YouTube live streams at WRMN Radio. Hit the subscribe button to get notified when we go live and bring your comments to the table. It's easy, it's fun, and hey, it's what neighbors do. We talk, we listen, we engage. You're not just the audience, you're part of the show. Call in, comment, and let's make radio interactive. WRMN 1410 AM, where your words are part of our wavelength.
Thirst-quenching craft beers await you on tap at the Spotted Fox Ale House in St. Charles with food and drink specials daily. Stop in on Tuesdays for half-off Black Angus burgers and $4 nitro drafts. Fridays feature the Spotted Fox Atlantic Cod Fish Fry. It's hand-dipped in Blue Moon batter, giving it a light, crispy coating, and served on a bed of fries. Grab your boots for country line dancing Saturdays. Watch all the games at the Spotted Fox. Spotted Fox is now hiring, so stop by and apply. Check out SpottedFoxAlehouse.com.
One of the things we're proud of at WRMN is our connection to the local community. In fact, recently we hosted a fundraiser for a longtime listener, Gene Wheeler, and first shift listener George Rollinson says it turned out perfectly.
Perfection is a moving target. You try to hit that bullseye and you zone in on it. It moves a little to the left and it moves a little to the right. I don't know. I'd say we hit a bullseye. I don't know how that could have been any better.
Working together to make Elgin better. We are WRMN AM 1410, serving the local community since 1949.
Welcome back to Out to Lunch with WRMN. This is the final segment. Last chance to get in on the phones. We've already got Ben Demonium Boquest on the phone with us right now. We're going to go back to the phone lines. Going to lock in Benjamin. Hit the phone lines. Somebody's been very, very patient to jump in today. Hopefully we get some more words of wisdom right here. It's Cleveland Dennis. That's right. Welcome aboard, Cleveland Dennis. Ahoy, mate.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And I just want to say this. I guess your explanation of the Vets Day and Memorial Day, that's kind of soulful logic in my world because you explain it well.
Thank you.
I attend Bluff City events on Memorial Day. I have for probably 20-some years or more. I can't remember. But I just appreciate how you explain that, believe me.
No, as a veteran myself, I always get confused on Memorial Day when people thank me, because it's for us to thank them together. It's my responsibility as a veteran not to soak up all the glory, right? All I did, trust me, was be a sonar technician, and it's not half as bad as some of these other guys went through, sleeping in sand and whatever else. I at least got my own bed. So, and even then, I got to go home, and that's what this day coming up on Monday is all about. Is the ones that didn't get to come home, about the families that not only the individual but the families that made that sacrifice. Those are the people we need to memorialize on Monday.
And it's heartfelt from my perspective. Real quick, my dad was a vet. He was blown out of a ship in the South Pacific. Never talked about it much, but I recognize, because I carry with me pictures of some of my friends that never made it back from Vietnam. Anyhow, I enjoyed the interview with Julie Mann, but
oh, did you?
That stuck. Yeah, I pay attention. I took some broadcast journalism early on, and always kind of intrigued, and that's why I'm calling basically, because the one question I have that she brought up, that if you could comment on it, why do we have the cutbacks for all these news departments? What's going on? I know the internet maybe plays a part of that, but it seems to me the responsibility of the news networks and so forth, why are they cutting back and not paying the people that are true journalists have the opportunity to display their capabilities instead, and I know with the internet you get all this ad hoc stuff, but why is there such cutbacks?
Well, I'll give it to you.
What's going on?
I'll give it to you twofold. The way I see it is there's two reasons for this. The first one is the generic one that Ben and I are always going to talk about anyway. Ben, I tried to get through it. I tried to get through the entire show without saying it, but capitalism. First thing is, back in the day, a newspaper was happy with maybe like a 5 or at the most a 10% return on the money that came out, and that was what a lot of people were happy with. Now
because everybody made money then.
You made money, right? Everybody that was the worker, it went right back down to the worker, and then the ownership maybe made 10% off of what they spent out for the year, right? And that was a good, healthy side of it. Now you start throwing in stock markets and everything else, 10% is no longer healthy. Or 10% maybe have been healthy last year, but 11% is healthy this year. So that's a lot of what has happened. A lot of them went corporate, a lot of them went large, a lot of them went public trading, and therefore they've got stock investors that they've got to adhere to. Well, you can only adhere to it so long without putting it back into the thing. I can only drive my car so far without changing the oil into it. Now, I can push it for a while.
Can I interject with a quick question? Why do they allow so much public trading? They did the public trading with the utilities and all that.
See, now you're getting into antitrust law, and we've only got 3 minutes left in the whole thing. And we can talk about how antitrust hasn't really been enacted in the last 20, 30 years. I mean, that is a whole nother side of it. So that's reason number one. Now, let me give you reason number two. So reason number two is viewership. Everything in advertisement is based off of viewership and ROI. I want to invest $5 and make $10 back. That's the ROI. I invest $5 into advertisement. I should at least make my $5 back and then some afterwards. Well, we're no longer in the age of Father Cochran, where you've got 25 million people listening to your radio show. There is not a single thing. You talk about the entire population of the globe right now. There isn't a single media entity that will capture anywhere close to 20 million people. Maybe the Super Bowl might get close to that, but no longer anymore. Top-rated show, Grey's Anatomy, when it was out, didn't cross over 5 million people and was the top-rated show. So the advertisement space has immensely grown. The other side of it, too, if I'm a business person, I can either give you, Cleveland Dennis, on the Cleveland Dennis show some money, and I can reach your viewers, or I can spend that same amount of money and create my own content, and now I'm advertising really with myself instead of advertising with somebody else. So the entire industry has come up on itself, and I would kind of surmise it to the deregulation of a lot of what we had as well. In the 90s, they were deregulated because you could only own a certain number of radio stations or media entities in one side. That was deregulated, so it kind of inflated it there. And then there was a couple other things. If you want to, Dennis, I can have a whole conversation about media and how it's changed over the years. Julie would be a fantastic person to bring on to that panel. But I can start assembling that if you want to learn more about the industry.
Well, I get what I get, and I appreciate that input. And I'll just say this:
Yeah,
AI is a mess.
it is.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, I'm going to keep using it until it's illegal. And then once AI is illegal, then I'll go in and I'll maybe find it on the black market or something like that. But I appreciate you coming on, sir. Really appreciate you jumping into the conversation today.
More later. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Cleveland Dennis. Benjamin, we're wrapping up here, man. This is a fantastic show today. We got lots of voices, lots of people coming in. We even got some callers. I appreciate Julie Mann. I appreciate you, sir, for being here as well. Mark for setting up the interview. Lots of good things. I think we're almost firing on all cylinders, Ben.
I would agree, man. I think if we could just have like a last second guest, if someone called in, that maybe like just a funny thing.
That's it. Well, you've been listening to Out to Lunch, WRMN. We'll be back tomorrow with more Out to Lunch. Stay tuned to the radio station. That's right, 1410 right here. More drive time deals with Matt McNeil. He's our radio shopping concierge, and he'll help you out with whatever you can radio shopping-wise. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. Find me at Sonic Engineer out there on the old intranets, and keep listening to WRMN. We'll be back for more.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions or